Hello Barbies, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. We're continuing my series Barbiemovies as makeup looks, and today we're doing Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. I created a little Pinterest board, and this is the makeup inspo that we're going along today. A really pink ballerina eye with a nice frosty lip. I'm now putting on my headband so I don't get any makeup in my hair, and let's just get straight into this look. Let's get straight into the skin prep. I washed my face and I have been breaking out for quite a bit, so my face is pretty red and irritated, and this was 6 a.m. in the morning, so my face was pretty puffy. So I put on my Sephora collection lip balm and started rolling my face with the Sachu roller. Now going into moisturizer, this is the Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Moisturizer. This is the only moisturizer that's been working for my skin recently. When I'm breaking out like this, I can't use a lot. I literally just use moisturizer and that's it. I can't use any other serums like that. And I have been breaking out for, I'd say, like 2 weeks now. So we're just moisturizing that down so it doesn't get more irritated, and make sure you're washing your face thoroughly. And you want to make sure you moisturize those eyes too. If you guys have a good eye cream, let me know. And this moisturizer just leaves me so glowy and hydrated. I feel amazing. I look amazing. And now we're going to get into my primers. I did let that moisturizer sink in before I went in with this primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is a very thick primer. It's basically a moisturizer. I'm just adding a lot of extra prep. So you really want to make sure between your moisturizer and your primer and your foundation, you're letting all of that sink in. And then when I went in with the eye base, because you can never have too much moisture, but again, just let that sink in for a little bit. And now my face is looking super hydrated and glowy, and I'm just going to let that sit. And then we're going to get into spot concealing and foundation. A foundation I've been loving recently is the Haus foundation. This gives me that glowy finish that I really love while remaining super medium to high coverage. And I forgot to spot conceal, so now we're gonna spot conceal, wipe the foundation off, and I'm just showing you how I spot conceal. I just get a little flat brush, my Sweetener concealer. I recommend pot concealers the most for spot concealing. They are just way more efficient, and again, let this dry down before you put on foundation. Now, since I want more of a sheared, glowy outlook, I'm going to put on the Haus on my actual brush. Usually I warm it up on my face and putting on the center points. And you see how those pimples immediately just covered up all of that redness, all of that irritation, really covered up, but still gave me the glowiness and hydration of my skin. I will say this is the best foundation for acne. And we're gonna go in with a bronzer now, not too much, because I do want this look to be very blush based. So I went in with the Rare Beauty bronzer stick and the Real Techniques 206 brush. I did place this higher up on my cheekbones to give me more of a chiseled look. I kind of should have used the Rare Beauty contour since this is more of a cool tone look, but oh well. And then we're gonna get into blush. I did use the Juvias Place blush and Blush Lilly. This is the perfect baby pink blush. It's so pigmented, but I kind of wanted that vibe because I love me a pigmented baby pink blush. And I feel like the whole vibe of this movie was very pink, very dolly, very ballerina. And then now we're going to conceal. And my under eyes are looking really, really rough. So we're going in with a pretty full coverage concealer, but it's still very creamy. The Juvias Place concealer. I love this concealer and I love this concealer placement. And before we start blending, I go in with the Charlotte Tilbury spray and then start blending. I really like to melt all of my creams, my concealer, and my powders all together with that spray. That spray is the best investment I could have ever made in my makeup routine. Then I spray it after I do my concealer, just to add that extra hydration into my face before I go into powder. And I was having a major allergy moment because it was 6 a.m. in the morning. Now I started powdering. I tap out my creases and then I start powdering, and I use the Hard Candy Blur On Lock setting powder. I use the pink side. It's my favorite setting powder recently. And then I go in with Juvias Place bronzer as per usual. I don't think I'll ever switch up on this bronzer. Honestly, I think it does its job and has a really good shade range. And then I'm gonna go in with more blush because you can never have too much blush. I'm going in with Too Faced Cloud Crush blush. It just leaves me super pink and rosy. And then I go in with this Clueless Revolution palette in shade Persuasion. And I use that under my eyes to give that more pink under eye look. I mix that with my powder, the blush, everything. I mix it all together to give that really dolly eye look. And then I did bring the concealer onto my eyes, so I didn't need to prep my eyes before eyeshadow. I just went straight in with eyeshadow. I went in with this shade from the Morphe palette. I will list it in the description. And then I went in with that same shade that I used for my blush called Precision from the Clueless Makeup Revolution palette. And I used that to top my crease, and I did blend in really soft motions because I didn't want this blend to be too harsh because I was going to mock a cut crease. So I got the leftover concealer that I did use for my spot concealing and all of that stuff, and I just used it to mock a cut crease but on an actual cut crease. And then I went in with Fenty Beauty highlighter and wattabrat 05. This is my prettiest highlighter and just matched so perfectly with the color on the eyelids, and I just put that all over my eyes. Now for my favorite part, this is where the look really starts to come together. Now that I have the shimmer on my eyelids, I went in with this chocolate brown shade from that same Morphe palette, and I used that to create a winged eyeliner. And I just do my normal wing liner. It's a little bit smaller than I usually do, but it's just so beautiful with this look. I love this shade on me, first of all, and I just love brown liner. I feel like brown liner is great when you want something that really accentuates your eyes, but not as harsh as black liner. And then I went in with Essence Waterproof I Love Extreme Mascara. I put my lashes on. This is Irresistible from Sephora collection. And then when I went in with Revolution Sports Fix because I really wanted my makeup to last today. And then for my highlighter of choice, I'm going in with Fenty because it just gives that beautiful effect, that glowy effect that movie has, if that makes sense. Like, it's just like such a glittery movie, if that makes sense. So I went in with Fenty Beauty How Many Carats and wattabrat. I feel like these highlighters are really beautiful when applied with your hand, because if they're applied with a brush, it sort of gives a white cast. So I really like doing it with my hands, and I applied that in my inner corner and all over my nose. Now getting into this beautiful lip combo. It might be my new favorite lip combo. Sephora collection lip liner. Then I went in with Haus blush just in the center of my lips in glassy lilac. And then on top of that, I used Fenty Beauty Ice Lip Gloss. I use this in replacement of gloss lipper because I ran out of gloss lipper. It's a beautiful clear gloss, but the ice one, it does have a plumping effect. So just keep that in mind if you are gonna buy it. And now we're gonna get into the hair. This was the part that I wanted to focus on the most, but by the time I was done with my makeup, I kind of like half-assed it. But I'm still going to give you guys the tutorial because I've been loving this like side swoop hairstyles. I've been doing it with a pony, with a half up, half down, with a bun. It's just so beautiful. So first I put my hair in a side part, put that side part up into a clip, and then all the hair that I left down, I made sure that it was completely detangled before putting it up in a ponytail, then a bun. And I wish I had brushed it out a little more, but I really just did not care because I wasn't planning on going anywhere anyways. So I just didn't really care, you know, the back of your hair, it's none of my business, you know. I can only see what's in front of me. So I just really tightened that. I got my hair tied and I just made a regular ponytail. Now that ponytail was made and was super tight, now I'm going to wrap it around just like I would a normal bun. And this hairstyle is like really good if you have thick hair, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna tease it a lot. So it's gonna kind of look like a messy bun, but not too much. It's just gonna look really fluffy. Also, if you are going somewhere with this hairstyle, I would recommend that you put a lot of bobby pins, because again, like, this hairstyle is really good if you have thick hair, but it also can be sort of a downer because the bun, any type of bun that I do, it cannot stay up without like 10 million bobby pins in it. So that's why I keep tightening it and teasing it with hairstyles, hairspray, everything, and it still kind of didn't stay up, but I tried my best. Honestly, my thick hair is so hard to deal with, and I'm still learning, and people always tell me, oh, your hair is so beautiful, and I know it is. It's just so hard to deal with, especially when I'm trying to do fun hairstyles like these. As you can see, there's so many bumps, and I know my Hispanic mom is literally yelling at me through the screen right now, like, why didn't you brush that out? I really just didn't care anymore. Like, I was just like, whatever. I was just making sure that the bun was just like presentable, I guess. And then I just took that side part out, started brushing it out, and then I'm gonna swoop it in a minute. I'm just taking all of those knots out and brushing it. So to swoop it, I just tuck it behind my ear, and then I make sure that it's kind of giving that bang look. And then what I do, usually like if I was really lazy, I would just pin it to the back of my head. But if you wanted to make it like look really, really presentable, is you get it, you wrap it around your ear, and then you kind of wrap it around the bun, if that makes sense. Like you see what I'm doing? And then I'm gonna get a bobby pin and just pin that. And then again, I'm just teasing it until it looks really good, putting more bobby pins, making sure that the side swoop is side swooping. There was so much freaking frizz, but that's okay. My hair would have been frizzy even if I took the time, so that's why I just didn't really care. It was just so humid in Florida today, and I made sure that everything at least looked what it did in the picture, kind of. And I did have the general idea down, so I wasn't too worried about it. And that is really the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what Barbie movie you want me to do next. I have so many Pinterest boards ready to go. This week, I have 3 YouTube videos planned. I have one on Monday, one on Wednesday, and one on Friday. You guys are getting fed this week. But yeah, guys, I love the 12 Dancing Princesses. I love the whole plot. Honestly, the Barbie movies have such good plots in them. Like, I love the plot of this movie so much. I actually didn't like it when I was a kid. It wasn't my favorite, but now it is. Like, I love it a lot. I honestly just love the whole aesthetic of that movie. But make sure that you comment down below which Barbie movie you want me to do next. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on those post notifications so you don't ever miss a video from me. Comment down below your favorite Barbie movie, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!